Alright, so I'm just an idiotic, stupid dog, and for all those uninitiated subscribers that weren't there right there at the crucial crux of the beginning with a birth of the dog post, dogs have dog remembrance. Most dogs can't talk. I'm a talking dog. You could look that all up for yourself. It's on Wikipedia, I believe. Maybe it's not, but I think it's on Wikipedia. Anyways, I'm a talking dog, so there's a big difference. But all dogs have dog remembrance and can remember the dreams and the fantasies and the memories of all other dogs as far back as those possible dogs can remember. You know, me, myself, I can remember back to King Arthur's Round Table, okay? So don't worry about it. Anyways, the man was sitting around the big party room. He was watching this old documentary about the second war in Iraq fought by W and Dick. Dick and W fought the second war with Donald Rumsfeld. And they said, we're going with the army we got. They didn't have no preparation. W's dad, he prepared because he graduated Princeton. George was a drunken ROTC dropout who slept in his bunk bed and did some kind of weird drug that let him sleep all day. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, George W., you always thought he was kind of what I'm saying? He was kind of with a guy who couldn't spell potato, or no, that was his buddy who couldn't spell potato, but, George was like the kind of a guy who could not spell potato. Anyways, you know what? Turns out George was a titan compared to the latest guy that got in there. I don't know. I'm a young, stupid dog of intellect, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he became friends with Michelle Obama. He gives Michelle Obama the candies over here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, cheapers, creepers. Anyways, the one thing I was going to say about the whole history point in the inflection when they drove the airplanes into the World Trade Center and disintegrated the World Trade Center, I was always a little bit confused about the whole thing because at that time in my dog remembrance, I could clearly see they were trying to blame Iraq or Iran or whatever. And in my dog remembrance, I could study it. And now at this point in my life, I'm like, they were a bunch of, the guys who got us were a bunch of it was like a team of, it was like a club of degenerate, freakishly radicalized Muslims. It's really just Osama bin Laden and a couple of his friends with his daddy's money. They had a little club and they figured something out that nobody else could figure out. No nation could have figured that out. It wasn't a nation, it was a club of guys. But you know how you know it was really a club of guys? They did it. They figured it out. They pinned one on us. I'll say they tagged us. They knocked us down. We got up, but we got knocked down. Anyways, don't worry about it. Anyway, how you know it's just a club of guys, You would never, if you were doing this shit, you would never choose to attack when there was a bunch of Texas oil men in the charge. You would attack when there was a peanut farmer. You know what I'm saying? You would attack when there was a peanut farmer. Or if you didn't attack when the peanut farmer was in there, then you would wait on the Texas oil man and hope there was some kind of a climate change guru. Or maybe there would be some guy in there that was degenerate and scrogged everything that moved. I'm not saying anything about anything, but do you remember some of these guys, some of these women, this guy was tagging anything that moved. Maybe you attack then. You don't attack when there's a bunch of drunken wildcatters holding office, okay? So that's why I knew. Right away I was like, no, these are a bunch of clowns. It's a team of guys who figured something out. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of guys living in caves, drinking lukewarm water, who don't really take advantage of their wealth and have sex with different kinds of women. They just sit there, until their semen dribbles out the end of their peckers. That's what kind of guys got us. I mean, the truth be told, that's exactly the whatever. I'm okay. Maybe that's not, I'm not trying to be Muslimophobic or any other kind of phobic. These guys were sitting around. One day, Osama bin Laden sitting in the cave, his peckers, dribbling out semen because he won't even jack off. He's too stupid to even jack off. He's like, yeah, we got some ice from the hotel. You want some ice, Osama? Osama's like, hey, I told you I drink my water lukewarm. I don't want no ice in here. Get the ice out of the cave over here. With his pecker drooling and all this. It's disgusting. Osama bin Laden, they were a group of guys. You will not attack America when you got a bunch of Texas wildcatters, drunken Texas wildcatters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these guys, they're just like gonna blast. They're like shoot first, ask questions later type of thing. All right, don't worry about it. I'm a stupid dog. This was your history lesson 101. This was a history lesson 101. Whatever. It's all right. Don't worry about it.